Hello, everybody. Dave Johnson from the Media Relations Office here at UW-Lacrosse with head football coach Mike Schmidt as we preview tomorrow night's game at UW-Whitewater. The Eagles are 5-0 overall, 2-0 in the WIC, with the Warhawks 2-3 overall and 1-1 in the WIC. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock tomorrow. A little unique. Whitewater hosts every year. They host the Wisconsin School Music Association State Marching Band Championships. 33 high school bands will be there on Saturday. That's why the kickoff is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on Friday night. Coach, let's first of all, you made the rankings this week. 24th in the coaches poll. Have been receiving votes, but finally cracked that top 25. Just talk about that.
Yeah, pretty cool. We're one of only 27 teams left undefeated in Division III football. So kind of a cool deal for our guys to be a part of that. And I just think it's really neat for the program to get some more national recognition. It's great for recruiting. And I think just overall it's great to show that people see what we're doing here and that we're headed in a positive direction with this program, just being our second year with our coaching staff being back on it. And it's great for our players to get that kind of recognition. Obviously, the rankings don't mean anything other than saying, hey, look at what these people in the country are doing. Look at that there's good football being played at these spots. So in terms of that, we're pretty honored, pretty proud, and honestly feel like that's where we probably should be.
Before we go on to, I want to talk about a little bit of Eau Claire. 45-14 over Eau Claire last week here at Roger Herring Stadium. You scored a special teams, an offensive, and a defensive touchdown in the first quarter. You got out to that quick start again. First time since 2009 where you scored all three phases. Just talk about that right away in the first quarter. You got out to that big lead.
That was really neat to have those things happen where you're not just relying on your offense and you're able to do that on both sides of the ball, all three phases of the football. Really a neat opportunity for our guys to really get in the driver's seat right away. I mean, within the first 5-6 minutes of that game, we're already up 21-0 and rolling into our victory. So we felt really good about that. That's always good when you can win that way. And we've talked a lot about us being 5-0 this year and against 5-0 last year. And I think that those are the kinds of things that you see that we're doing a lot better this year is playing a lot better team defense, the depth on each side of it. And then obviously special teams has been really coming up with some nice plays.
You blocked 2 punts actually in the game. Let's talk about, did you see something going into the game or you saw that could be a possibility?
Yeah, we really thought we were going to get one, to be totally honest with you. I didn't know that we'd get 2, and I told the staff I've never been a part of a team that had 2 blocked punts either way in a game. I've never seen that with my own eyes, so that was kind of a cool deal to get Cole Speaker on the first one and then Rusty Murphy on the second one, who are both tremendous special teams players for us. So, yeah, that was really neat to kind of spread that around a little bit. I thought we had a good plan up. I thought those guys were going to be able to execute it, and luckily for us, we were able to get 2 of them.
Tarek threw in another touchdown passes. Nick Holcomb, Yagi, of course. Just talk about that touchdown, and then Luke Winnan returned an interception for the touchdown in the first quarter as well.
Yeah, it was really interesting because on the interception that Luke has for a touchdown, we kind of read what was going to happen prior to it, and we're like, come on, Luke, be thinking with us here, on what we're trying to do here. Jump this route right now. And unfortunately, Luke is, and he's a WIC Player of the Week. Luke Winnan probably doesn't get picked in the top 150 or 200 if we had a draft of our league. He's just, you talk about a guy who's making every bit of his opportunity to play incredible, and that interception was awesome and really ignited the whole defense and the whole team going forward. But then that Yagi to Holcomb connection's been pretty good. Nick has 9 touchdowns already. He's on pace to shatter our school records as of right now. Obviously, his pace is pretty elevated right now, so that would be hard to keep up. Tarek's on pace to break his own total yardage record from last year that he set. So another great start for those guys, and that connection is really fun and special to watch.
Team is averaging 38.6 points per game, 447 yards of offense per game. I want to talk a bit more about the defense, though. 10.8 points, 243 yards. You lead Division III in passing yards allowed at 87.6. Just talk about what the defense is with Coach Janis.
Yeah, and really some of those numbers are skewed a little bit too because we gave up the 13 points that our offense allowed against Stevens Point. So you take those 13 points back out of there, we're actually under 10 points a game, which is, hey, that's phenomenal. No matter who you're playing, that's a really incredible statistic. And I think we're really happy about the markers that we think are really important in playing good defense, not just the overall outcomes and statistics, but what we're really happy about the number of forced fumbles. We haven't gotten a lot of fumbles that we've recovered, but we forced a ton of them right now. We're leading the league in forced fumbles. We're happy about the way the guys are attacking the football and those kinds of things. But the passing yardage thing, first of all, we're built to stop the pass. It's what we do. We play a lot of a really aggressive style on the outside and make guys beat us down the field. So that's tough to do. And then, they're a little skewed because we played 2 option football teams. So we understand that. We get it. It's not, that doesn't diminish that we're still really proud of where we're at and where we want to be. I have joked about it a lot with our staff that we better be leading the country in passing yards defended through our first couple games. So we're right kind of where we thought. But the important part is the true markers on what we think we're doing as a defense. We're happy with where those are at, and we're really happy with the depth of our defense and where that's coming from, because we feel, guys like Luke Winnan have emerged, guys like Colton Neiman and Josh Neary and Steve Law in the backfield, in the defensive backfield, and then the depth at linebacker we felt really great about, and we've had nice play out of guys like Brandon McCandis, who wasn't, hardly played at all last year for us, and that wasn't a starter at all. We're getting a lot of production out of some of those guys right now, so feel pretty good about that side of football.
Let's talk about the Friday night with the kickoff tomorrow. What in terms of that does to you this week with your prep?
Yep.
Moving up again.
It's been interesting because we're shooting this on a Thursday, and it feels like it's Friday. It's been really an odd week for our staff and getting everything together. I'm sure for the players, they've made a lot of mentions to us about, well, wait, I have meetings today. No, okay, they don't know what day of the week it is. But no sooner than I got done addressing the team after the win against Eau Claire, our captain stood up, said, nobody's going out tonight on last Saturday night. We're staying in. We're waking up early. We're going to get our workout in together as a group. We're going to start prepping because we have to take Sunday off as a team. Yeah. And the players said, nope, we're going to do this together. We're going to get ready, and we're going to start preparing with the film and getting everything ready for our bodies and mentally for this game, because it's an important game and get an opportunity to play for first place because of this week being kind of jacked up with the Friday night game. So the guys really took it upon themselves. All we did then was just bump everything up. So Monday was like a normal Tuesday was like a normal Wednesday, and so on and so forth. So that's been kind of a neat deal, adjusting for that and watching our players kind of respond to it.
Let's talk about the Warhawks. This team last year made the national quarterfinals, so it's not that far ago. They were picked to win the league, 2-3. They had 2 losses to open the season non-conference in the fourth quarter, basically. Lost at Oshkosh, who we know is very good, ranked 3rd, and then shut out Stout last week, 14-0. They've had Lacrosse's number, of course. They've won 14 straight.
Yep.
Let's talk about the Warhawks.
Well, they're really good. They're not having a very good season by their standards, but they're still a really good football team with a ton of talent, a great coaching staff, a great program. So no way do we or our teams go in and say, well, Whitewater's down. I've had to answer that a lot this week. Whitewater's down. You guys got a shot this year, right? And it's like, well, yes, but we feel like we have a shot if they were good at having a great season. They're a great football team. They're just not having a great season, but that doesn't mean that, they can't win the conference championship right now. They can still win the conference championship, and they're still playing for a berth in the playoffs. So this is a great program, a great coaching staff, a great team, and we really are going to have to play our best game if we have a chance to even have a chance to win this football game on Friday night.
Again, UWL and Whitewater play Friday night, 7 o'clock down at Perkins Stadium. Be sure to follow along on UWL Athletics all week with updates, and on Twitter and the UWL Football Facebook and Twitter page as well. Good luck, Coach, and go Eagles.